Hey,
Hey,
horse.
horse. So we're here today. Episode 1, baby.
Take
Woo,
2,
we made it.
episode 1.
Yes.
We had a test run, but now we're doing it for real. This is the real
This
deal.
is real life.
This
It's
is real
happening.
life.
So we'll start off with our introduction. My name's Kloe. Last name to be determined. I'm on my second husband already.
Like 5th last name.
And we will get to that. I'm 27, so that can put in the context on second husband. Yeah, from West Virginia, but Cannon, baby, BU. It's a small town. Long story short, I did college for about 2 weeks. I dropped out, and I joined the military. Remember that, Micki?
I do a brief moment. I was in a sorority at the same time she was in the military, so we were both in the trenches of some kind.
We both joined.
Cults. No, maybe. I don't want us to
It's
get
a
canceled
cult.
within the first 5 minutes.
They prey on people who have nothing going for them. That was me.
That was me.
No family, no money. Why not? Why not risk my life? Joined the military, broke my hips, got out, had a baby by 19. I almost made it to 20, though. Remember?
Yeah.
Were you 20?
No, we were literally 19, and then our babies were born, and our birthdays are right.
The week after.
Literally,
We almost made it
both
out of
of
teenage
us.
pregnancy.
No, literally 8 days.
West Virginia has that fucking grip on you, though.
I literally,
It'll
I
get
was
you
like,
every
if I
time.
just hold this baby in
Mhm.
8 more days,
That's
I can
Appalachian culture, baby.
have that teenage baby. Well, the baby.
So had that baby, got divorced shortly after said baby, found a new man's and still with said man's, luckily.
Shout out, Matt.
Yeah, well, hope it stays well. Started tattooing. I am a tattooer. I own my own business. Yeah, I've been doing it for about 6 years now, which is about the time that I actually met Joe 6 years ago. Right now, I own my own shop in Buchanan, Good Times Tattoo Studio. It's a good time. I have 2 people working for me. They're both great people, besides the days I want to fucking kill them. Yeah. Check it out, baby. Instagram, Kloe Kersey Tattoos. Also, click the link in bio. There is an OnlyFans. You know, I've lived a lot of lives. That's all I have to say.
She's
and
a
I have
businesswoman. She has done things. She's got things to do.
obviously
it
I'll do
all.
anything.
She'll literally do
like
anything.
it's I we'll get to that in a later episode, working in a whorehouse. But yeah, I will do anything. I'll try anything once, sometimes twice.
Like eating chicken nuggets. No, it was a tater tot out of the
As
sheets
is.
toilet. She'll do anything. So that's
Anything
basically all you
once.
got to know about Kloe. Is
Sometimes
that
twice.
if you've ever thought of it, she's probably done it at least
Exactly.
once.
And you might be able to pay me to do something if you click the link in the bio.
Yep, for the right price. She'll do anything for the right price, baby.
The price is right. R.I.P. Bob Barker. Is that his name? He
That
just
was
died
him.
last
Yeah,
week.
that was
Yeah.
him.
Yeah.
Rest in peace. This episode is a
respect on
tribute
it.
to him.
That man was about shmoney, baby.
That
And
man was
that's what
about
we
that shmoney, and us too, baby.
Yeah, I mean, I think as a collab here, we all came from Appalachian backgrounds. I'm not sure. We'll get to Joe. He's a mix of white and Hispanic, so
Perfection.
yeah. Oh, I mean, honestly, yeah. I fucking
like,
hate being fully white.
yeah.
This blows. Yeah.
We're really proud.
I think that has all brought us here on how we're friends.
I thought you meant being white.
Not being
I was
white.
like, no.
No, that is I'm so sorry. I will apologize for being white, actually.
And
Anyway,
she
yeah.
does
I,
every
a
time
lot.
she's
Yeah.
out
I'm
drinking.
sorry.
She'll apologize.
So I feel like our shittier upbringings, we weren't fed a silver spoon by any means growing up. No hate. I go back and forth with that because I want to give my child the world, but I also need him to have a little bit of struggle.
Agreed.
But then
it's
I'm like,
that makes you
damn,
cooler,
I got it out the
funnier.
fucking gutter. And then I'm like, but I'm buying him a fucking dirt bike every other week. Like,
Yeah.
that's the fuck. That's not getting it out of the gutter. So double-ended
Sword on that one.
But yeah, now I tattoo, own my own business. I'm out the gutter. I plan to see myself in the future being even more successful than what I am now. And this podcast taking off, baby, because we're fucking funny. We've got funny fucking stories, and we've got funny fucking people who are about to be on the podcast in later episodes. And maybe I should hand this over now to my baby boy, Joe.
Hi. I just felt like that was natural to start the introduction like that.
That is how you talk.
That's literally
when you're in a good, like,
Hi.
good vibe mood. It's very.
Or is it my professional voice? Hi, honey.
Oh no, he goes, hi, what are we gonna do?
Yeah.
What are we gonna do today, baby?
What kind of collar would you
Do you want
like?
it curled or straightened?
That's not a question. It's always curled.
It's always curled. He asked me that today, and I was literally looking at him like,
That's
is he
not a
feeling
question.
okay?
We should let Joe talk. Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Do it.
Sorry, baby. Okay, so I'm Joseph McCormick. If you don't know me from Instagram, Joseph James McCormick.
If you don't know me now, you do, bitch.
You might know me from one of my Instagrams,
One of
Joseph
the
the Swan,
4 or
Joseph
7.
James McCormick, Joseph McCormick Hair, the Joseph McCormick. They're all real.
They're all real.
There's not one fake account.
Not one fake
He's
account.
able to keep track of
Yeah.
that many.
Yeah, hopefully.
He does though, and he'll like every single one of your photos. Like if
Baby, I don't
I'll
play.
post a photo, and no lie, he will switch that account so quick to like a photo
always,
on each account.
baby.
He's like,
I go down the
oh, yeah.
list. Like,
the
comment.
list.
Okay, next one. Anytime
Oh my
I see one of
gosh,
you guys post.
literally
always.
the dedication. It's a full-time job for him. Everything is.
I think we start with background before we get into how fucking cool and successful you are, and how really you brought us all here.
Yeah.
We're all just feeding off each other now.
Yeah.
So I met Kloe through doing her hair. Shocker.
Thank
and that's how
God.
I met Micki, through Kloe and doing Micki's hair. But I went to beauty school when I was 18, straight out. I just knew I wanted to do hair. Like my aunt did it. And
I
I
never
just
knew
knew.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like a close family friend, aunt, kind of. So
Huh.
I just knew I wanted to do hair, so I went straight into the hair world. I was bad as fuck in beauty school. Got suspended twice.
Oh, I thought you meant like
Oh,
bad.
I thought you meant
I thought
like-
you meant like he was
No.
bad.
Yeah.
Oh, he was bad.
Got
Oh.
suspended twice.
Was it
because
Miss Rimmel?
No.
Damn.
No.
I was a phlebotomist
actually-
once too. I went to LBI too for phlebotomy. Anyway,
You
back to
did?
Joe. Yeah.
Oh, I
We're
didn't
learning
know
a lot about
that.
each
I'm
other.
so I
so-
forgot
How did I
that
not know
one other
that?
career step.
Well, actually, Ms. Rimmel didn't tell on me. She's the one that sent me home, basically. But
Oh.
so, yeah, just because I wouldn't do pedicures. I hated feet.
I don't blame you.
Oh yeah.
And you had to
Yeah.
do like, I think it was like 10 to graduate. Yeah. And
That
I wouldn't
honestly,
do, so
that
anytime a
sounds-
walk-in pedicure came, I was like, and it was my turn. She would be like, you have to do it or you're leaving for the day. I'm like, bye.
You
And then and I'd leave.
You said
That
fuck
sounds
those
like
feet.
some-
Even before they pulled their feet out, you said no.
Yes.
Oh.
Ugh.
You don't like feet that much.
Hell no, I hate feet.
I mean, that sounds like a porn type situation. That sounds like an unfair trade. That's like,
I
touch these toes or you don't get a certificate.
Yeah.
That's not right.
You had to.
That's not right.
that's not consent.
That's not consent on your part. Be like,
Okay, we need
touch
to quit sticking up for
them
Joe.
toes. Okay, sorry.
Okay, so anyway, so I went to beauty school, then I assisted at a salon, and after I graduated, I didn't want to work there, so I went to my past employer, and I worked there for about 7 years, and then I opened up my salon. COVID times hit, and you weren't able to do hair. I still did hair, but you weren't able to technically.
That was us. We
Yeah.
were still
Literally.
like tattooing and doing hair at the same
Oh,
time.
dog,
I
I
would
was
go to
still
people's
taking
salons.
photos. I was working
We were.
weddings.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I was still doing the thing.
We had to. We had to
Yeah.
make money. But so yeah, COVID times, and I was like, you know what? Fuck this. I want my own place. So I literally started busting out people's hair during COVID times. I'd go house to house doing their hair, and then I just started immensely saving. And I did have a savings account built up prior to that to like buy a house one day. So basically, what ended up happening in 2 years, I ended up saving $100K to open up my own salon and have no debt. Basically, like I literally budgeted everything. Like I didn't buy new clothes, nothing, so I could have the salon and have everything I wanted. But it was totally worth it, like beyond worth it. And then I kept it silent for like a year, and then after a year in, I told my employer, and then I worked there probably like 8 more months before this place opened, and then now I have the salon, and I have, I think, 13 people in total that work here.
That's when you were doing my hair at 5 a.m. I would
Yeah.
just like to add that in.
Yeah.
Joe was doing my hair at 5 a.m. and I did live at some point in Buchanan at that point, and I would drive to you to get there at
Yeah.
5 a.m., like an hour and a half. Yeah.
I would literally work 5 a.m. till like at least 10 or 11. Like
Sometimes
literally,
midnight.
yeah.
What do you mean?
Like I worked 15 to 19-hour days, saved a shit ton of fucking money, spent literally all my bills, and I think then literally ate out once a week and bought myself no new clothes or anything for like a whole year and a half. But it was so worth it. I got Bell's palsy though from it. That was like the worst
It was
aspect.
so worth it, but I couldn't move my face.
You're like,
Yeah,
it's fine.
literally.
Totally
that,
worth
that was
it.
that was the worst part. And the worst part is when freaking Kirsty, it was like developing as I was doing her hair, like getting worse. And she's like, Joe, you need to go to the emergency room. And I was like, no, I need to finish your hair first.
You're like, I won't
He's
leave
like,
a job
I
undone,
can't
baby.
pick
Yeah.
my mouth up off the floor, and I'm
Yeah.
drooling on myself, but it's fine.
But it's
He's
like,
still like that though. If he's got his mind on something, you're not gonna stop him from doing
No,
it, baby. He's
ever.
doing it.
hell no, baby.
Like this podcast.
Like this podcast.
It was your idea.
It was my idea, but
Okay,
I
but-
waited to say it, and I even told Micki that. I waited to say it because I knew the second I said it, it was happening.
Oh, it was
and the second I
happening.
said it, it happened. Joe
Yeah.
ordered everything. We had dates. We got episodes, bitch. Like, this shit is on lock. It's happening. I knew it was just another dedication. And, with me half-ass unexpectedly, I just knew it was coming. I was like saving. I'm like, anyway, had a fall through, made about, I don't know, 30 grand in a fucking 4 weeks to open up a new shop. But I'm really
Yeah.
glad Joe had his planned out,
He's
Yeah,
like, I'm budgeting.
I have to have
This
a
is
plan,
it.
baby. I can't do it without.
Chloe's,
I'm,
she's
like,
on her
too
feet,
OCD.
baby.
I
There's
was
two
like,
different
well,
sides
honey.
over here. Chloe's
Yeah.
like, I'm
Me and my
scrappy.
mama been evicted before, baby. This ain't news. I tell you what.
I'm gonna make it work.
I've had a bag packed in the back. All right, we're ready.
Joseph's like, I have been scheming in the background for so long to make it happen. He's
I'm
methodical.
flying at the seam of my pants.
And he's at the seam of your pants.
Is that not how you say it?
The seat of your pants,
God
I think. Just like that double-ended sword, baby.
It'll get you every time.
It'll get you every time.
That's Appalachian culture. I'm fucking stupid. We're ranked like 40. Sorry, we're ranked like 48 in the nation. I don't know why I'm
In
saying
what?
that.
Everything? Or just
The
smart?
state?
In
Or
school,
just
like
brains?
48.
Oh.
Yeah, lowest, guys, of being like fucking stupid.
We're number one in some things.
Yeah.
Obesity and
Yeah.
overdoses and foster care.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
Damn.
but we're winning and losing all
Clearly,
at
I
the same
don't
time,
care
baby.
about the state. I don't pay attention.
I was going to say.
I don't even, the only state, Joseph, that's a state of mind, baby. That's all he is.
It's an
Yeah.
empire in there.
It's an
honey.
empire. This is the only state he's living
That's
in.
why if we even asked Joe what the future would hold, I just know we hold so much success.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
that's the only thing he's got room for.
Yeah.
He says, I know nothing. It's like literally all I can think of is like, SpongeBob, where he's got all the files in his like brain and they're like looking for something and they're
That's
like,
Joe.
Joseph is like, I threw out everything that doesn't have to do with money, success, hair.
I was about to say, I don't
being
even watch
iconic.
SpongeBob. I don't think I watched
That's what I'm
SpongeBob
saying.
in,
So
like,
that
15
reference,
years.
anytime I reference anything, he has no idea what we're talking about. We had
Oh
to
my
explain to
God.
him Jonestown, like the
I
cult.
felt like that was weird, but I let it slide.
That we had to explain to him what that even was. He goes, I googled it and I couldn't find anything. I was like, one of the biggest
Yeah.
cults ever
I'm
happened.
like,
He
if
goes,
it's
I
not
had
a
to
picture
read.
that I can look at real quick, I
No.
And
I ain't
you just see a
reading.
That's what I'm
picture
saying.
of
Unless
fucking
it's-
Jim
I'm
Jones, and
gonna
you're like,
read
I
how
can't
about-
figure
You're
this
like,
out.
I don't know who that guy is. I'm like, so there's some things where it's like he's got no room in his brain for anything but the future, success, winning. So you make a reference, he'll just go, okay.
Yeah, that's great.
I like that.
Yeah. He's like, I don't have time for TV.
No, I
honey."
don't have time for that. That's why we were talking on the way up here. We're like, has he ever listened to a podcast?
No.
No. And that's why I'm like,
You know, when I'm driving in the car, I literally keep the no music because I just want peace.
He's just
Because I'm like, my
thinking.
mind's like
mean,
so going. So then when I'm like
I
on
do
the way,
that
I'm like,
sometimes.
but I'm
I
like,
say I do the
when
same
do you listen
thing,
to a
but-
podcast then?
All
Oh.
day. I'll be doing the dishes. I have a podcast on. I do my makeup whenever I do my skincare at night. I have a
Yeah.
podcast on.
That's like an
Damn.
abandonment issue thing, though.
Yeah, I
to
just don't
have
like to
like
be
noise
alone.
24/7.
I also
That's the problem.
hear like babies talking all day, so I like to hear
Oh,
Oh yeah.
in my brain. No, my actual children. No,
that's
I hear babies talking, so the only way I can block them out. No, sometimes I just need to hear other adults having a conversation, and it makes me feel better.
Yeah. I started doing podcasts when I was driving an hour and a half when I was apprenticing, because I would get up so early to drive, and then I'd be driving back so late, falling asleep. So I'd like have to listen to something that wasn't just music.
Yeah,
So
I do that when
I'd
I do
have to,
trips.
it
I have
was
to like
fucking
listen to
horrible
people.
decisions. I would listen to those funny ass fucking bitches and their fucked up stories, and it kept me awake and kept me alive.
Yeah, I
Here we
hate it because
are.
I feel like the podcasts I listen to are like just horrible comedian men that are like,
It's true.
it's like I'm like, they are funny and I hate that. But I feel like most men who are comedians with a podcast, it's like,
It was the Theo Vaughn. He got me.
got me. I
It
can't
was
help
the
it. He's funny.
mullet.
He's relatable. I think it's because we're Appalachian.
is.
I feel like I know him.
Yeah.
You know.
I thought you did.
You thought that we did too.
I thought you'd get him on the phone. Had no idea you couldn't.
I didn't even say I couldn't. I just said I don't have service right now. I can't call him up.
So
See, I don't even know who that is.
Oh my
you don't
gosh.
remember me being fucked up in the DR and screaming
No,
at
we were in
Micki?
Turks. We were in Turks,
Oh, we were in
and we're in the
Turks.
bar, and
Sorry.
she's going.
Sorry, guys. We were in Turks, not the
Get
Dominican.
Theo Vaughn on the phone right now, Micki. Get him on the phone. We're getting on that
There's a
podcast.
video.
Like talking to me,
I
dead
messaged
fucking
him.
serious.
I messaged
No.
him
I had to
from
message
my
him.
Instagram
No, 'cause she
and
said
from
we have to
TikTok
come.
multiple times. I messaged him. I don't think it went through. Thank fucking God. But I'm screaming at Micki
She
to
said,
get
"Get him
Theo
on the
Vaughn
phone," and I didn't say that's a famous person. We don't know him.
Yeah,
because she
no.
wouldn't have believed that. I just said, "Baby girl, we don't have service in
And I
here. We
said,
gotta
"Oh,
wait till
you're
we get
right."
back to the house." And you're like, "Yeah, yeah." That's the only way we got her out of the bar that night.
I said
Oh
that
my
makes
God.
sense.
With
we need
no
to get back to
shoes.
service.
I said, "The only way we're getting home." I said, "We gotta get back." But you said, "I'm not leaving." I said, "I gotta
We
get
gotta
back to
call
the
Theo.
house so we can call Theo." That's the only way we got home.
I was like, deal.
You're like, "Psh, that makes all the sense
I
in the
don't
world to
even
me.
remember.
He's got like a mullet.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was one of those. It was one of those. Chloe's shoes were on the bar. That's one of our
That's
many
it.
fun trips. Well, that's like a whole nother thing. We'll have to have like a whole episode. I think people will be very interested in that because whenever anyone ever talks to us about or like talks to me about you guys,
Yeah.
or like they're always like
So
the
what
trips,
happened?
the trips. Like
I
where?
know.
What are you doing?
That's
where are
why
you
I feel
going?
like we've even just skipped over introducing Micki. Micki does need to introduce herself. You
Hi.
don't all follow her on Instagram to see
Yeah.
that she posts everything about her life. And
That's why I feel like
in
I don't need an
beautiful
introduction. I feel like
writing,
y'all
though.
just need me and my little text post.
yeah,
My little.
so these people don't know you.
I try
so
to read
off-
them all, but sometimes I'm like, I
The-
can't read
no,
all that
just I
little
want you to know
one.
I fully don't ever expect you to do that.
Yeah.
I
In my
try.
mind, I'm like that. How could he ever have time for that?
No, I'll click and I'll hold it down, but then I'm like, sometimes when
It's
you put
too
them so
much
small, I'm like,
sometimes.
damn, Micki, how many little
That's how
bubbles
I
you
know I'm
gonna
like the
put,
only the
bitch?
people that really want to read it'll read it.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
introducing
But-
yourself.
Oh, me
Yeah.
right now?
Michelini.
Oh, hi.
Queen.
It's me. I'm Micki, Queen. I'm a
Queefing queen.
photographer. See, it's like we kind of have the most perfect. The way I described it was like it's like the
We're fucking perfect.
no, but it is the perfect setup. No, just
Perfection.
think about it. Imagine a better setup. We have a tattoo
can't.
artist, a hairstylist, a photographer to catch it all. I'm sorry, but it's like they're making me hotter all the time, and I'm taking
We're
photos
hot?
of all of us
We're
doing it.
taking pictures.
Oh, shit. It's like our Instagrams are so. I
Lit.
think they're pretty good. If I don't say so myself, like
Correct.
they're really good. But anyway, that's all I have. Ski. That's all I have
That's
to say
all
about
she
myself.
has to say. Just
Anyway.
no, she's got a fucking lot, guys. I'm gonna give her
No, I was
a
gonna
good
say
few
no.
minutes.
Go to the Instagram story, you'll
And
know
I
more.
love to talk. Okay, but that's the problem though. I can sit down and write out. That's me journaling. I will full on journal.
Not
I
me.
should do that privately. I'm like
Yeah, do you have a diary?
Instagram, my story.
Oh,
My Instagram story is
damn.
my journal.
thought you
Then he
would for
asked
sure
me
have a
yesterday. He was like, "Why
diary."
don't you ever just like journal?" And I was like, "But who would read it?" I was like, "Who's gonna read
The
my
twins.
journal?" Yeah, someday
When
whenever
you're
I'm old and dead
and you're in
I'll
a
be
wheelchair,
like-
they're gonna be like, "Oh,
Be
my
like-
mom was in the Dominican, shaking her ass on July 10th, 2022."
I'm just, I like to
Just
feel
imagine the
song.
twins reading that.
No, I'm
in
just
10
waiting.
years.
Our kids are someday gonna like see all of our stuff and be like, "Wow, they were." No, I don't think they'll be surprised.
No, Henry's gonna be
No.
like, yeah, that was my fucking mom.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The girlies, I think like they they're big supporters.
Well, I
They
think we should
love
mention
it.
that you have.
Okay, I've got three
three.
kids. I was gonna say, am I at the? This, okay, sorry.
We're
All
good.
right, we're good. Yeah, I've got three kids. I've got a 7-year-old and then 4-year-old twins. So, how I balance the rest of the stuff that we're talking about with the fact that I'm also a mother of 3, that's a lot. Also, did the teenage mom thing as we mentioned earlier, and got divorced. Same. Sometimes, whenever you are a little West Virginia girly, you're gonna marry your high school sweetheart.
I'm gonna blame that on my mamaw. Just kidding. I think she told
No,
me
the
not
day
to.
of that morning, we were going to the courthouse. She said, Kloe, you don't have to do that if you don't want to.
And I said, fuck it.
No, it was because it was already planned out, and you're like, this is already what I had planned to do today.
I feel like that's a very Joseph thing.
Yeah, it was because
Like,
you were
it's
already
already
not
planned.
feeling
planned.
it.
I'm not going off the
Definitely.
fucking script.
No, you were
And
already
I think
not
I
feeling
remember being
it.
like, we can get divorced.
That's what you said to me in the car. Because your flowers weren't right or something. Because we got you little flowers, and you were like, and I was like, and your grandma was like, maybe you don't have to do
I'm
it.
like,
And I'm
"That's
like, you don't
fine."
have to. You're like, we can just get divorced later if it doesn't work out. And it happened that way because I got married right after you. We were pregnant at the same time. We got married right at the same time. It was I was going to do a courthouse wedding like you, but then my mom found out we were
But
doing
then you
that.
decided to have it at the state park, honey.
I
And
had it at the game farm,
that
baby.
oh, shit.
Which is where
Even
my
worse.
new man's, no, straight up, I got married where Vinny's office is now.
I didn't realize that.
Oh, yeah, no.
Remember, I didn't come because my alcoholic grandpa died
Died
at
that
time.
morning. That should have
R.I.P.
been-
Hoy. Didn't really know you, and you always thought I
Wait,
was
you
Hannah.
didn't come to Micki's first wedding?
No,
No,
my-
her grandpa died that morning. Tell me that's not an omen.
It was. I think I even texted her that.
Yeah.
I
you're
was in
like-
it too. She had to have
She
She
someone
was my
pop in.
maid of honor.
It's fine. I'm in the second one where we
Yes.
look hot. That's all that
That's what I'm
matters.
saying.
We would have looked
No,
ugly together in
we
the first
didn't.
one.
I looked horrible. I was 3 months pregnant, and
You
I
both
looked
would have had brown hair.
Exactly.
Enough.
Exactly.
I was. I
Ugh.
think I wore a wig on my wedding.
You
'cause
wanna
my
know who
hair was
has
so
brown
bad.
hair?
Mm-hmm.
All my enemies.
All my
and that's not a
enemies.
fucking
That's
lie.
not a lie,
That ain't a
actually.
fucking lie.
Yeah.
Period.
But
Ski,
Okay,
baby.
sorry, Micki, going back.
So I got married. We did the whole like high school sweetheart thing, which is very Appalachia. Have a baby, get married, do the thing. I did college for 1 year, and I really like tried
Rub
it
it
out.
in.
I know I was like definitely like that's how we started out. I was talking about the sorority thing. I was just trying. I was really giving it a go. I was trying, okay, but I just am not. I was a weird girl back then, and it just didn't.
Bitch, you had a fucking pixie cut, and
I
you were in a
did.
sorority.
Yeah, it wasn't working
At
out
least
for
I joined
me.
the military.
We should have swapped. I think we would have done better. I'm just kidding. Me in the military. Because I'm a soft little baby. I'm a soft baby. And I always feel like, okay, so Kloe and I have been best friends since like,
Ugh.
God, the dawn of time. I remember thinking Kloe was the coolest bitch in high school because she was the only one I knew who had
was.
like a tattoo. She had like 3 tattoos on her arm, and I was like,
I had to
holy
do it, baby,
fuck.
by 14. What's up?
And I had no idea Kloe even knew me. I was like a weird girl, and there was one day I was wearing a dress at school, and Kloe goes, wow, Micki, you look like a girl today. And I think it was to be mean, but I
She's
was
trying
like,
to get me canceled first episode.
no, but I was just like, oh my God, she knows my name. And I was really excited.
Yeah, she
that
was nice
knew me.
about it.
I
She
was
was like,
like, oh my God, thanks.
I was like, that was
And then
me.
one time Kloe was like, I've got some clothes I'm getting rid of if you want to come over. And we went over to your mama and papa's house, and you gave me your hand-me-downs, and I never
At the tow
felt.
truck yard, honey.
Yeah, I was like, I pulled up to the tow truck yard,
That's it.
got some leftover clothes, and I was like, I never felt fucking cooler in my life. I was like, yes.
You're welcome.
No, and I still wear her hand-me-downs to this day. All the
Period.
time. Things have not changed. So we've been friends forever, but we kind of did the same life thing. So it's like if we hadn't have done the whole like marriage family thing, it's like think of how far we'd be like in our careers, because like the crazy thing is like we had to like start, I feel, late, because
Later.
we did like the stay-at-home mom thing for a long time before we were like, okay,
Yeah.
now we're gonna figure out what we're gonna like do
Yeah,
with
we
like our
spent
lives.
every day together.
We spent every day together walking
the
them babies.
Yeah.
Walking them babies around town.
I like how you say we started later in our career, but literally, like, people our age aren't this successful.
No, but it's like, oh, we
You're
did
like,
it quick.
I could have been doing this at fucking
Think of-
24, motherfucker.
Bitch, we could be just full on famous
That's
if we
true.
had started. Because like
I could have been
Just 'cause
farther.
we started
We could have had a
later.
podcast by now.
we could have already had a podcast.
Shit.
But I will say, I used to say all the time, because Kloe and I also had our little party phase at the same time where we were like out doing our little thing. And I used to say, we need to have a podcast. We're hilarious and we've got the funniest stories. And I'm glad we didn't, because now we have them all saved up and we have like.
And we're prettier.
We're way pretty. Oh my gosh.
And
the photos of us a long time
ultimately,
ago.
that is the most important thing.
That's true. Honestly, I do feel better.
Imagine if video footage of us was released talking about the stupid things we did while being
We were ugly. It would have been
no one would like that.
No
one.
No one would want to see it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to look at it.
Mm-mm.
I don't want to relive it. At least now we can look back fondly and be like, look how far we've come. We couldn't talk about it while we were still living the like full on just.
That would have been straight up haterade, honey.
Awful. So that's like life. Then later I decided to get into photography mainly because we have dead friends, and we can get into that later, but that's just why I think I started taking photos of everything all the time.
Always taken fucking
just like
pictures.
photos of everything that I'm doing all the time, which is like my story all the time. It's so annoying. But then Kloe was like one of the ones who was like, just like do something with it. And I got a camera just for me to like fuck around with. Like, I just wanted to make my Instagram better, you know? And so then it was like, honestly, I was like, I just want to take photos of myself. But then other people, it was like, I don't think going into it I planned to have like a full-on business the way that I do now. It wasn't like the goal. It just like kind of snowballed, where it was like I was taking photos of other people, and then they saw it and they were like, well, I want that. So then eventually it was like, oh, I have to like make it a real thing. Yeah. So it was not, mainly because I think I hold myself back so much. I'd say like,
you do.
Kloe has pushed me since the beginning, and then after meeting Joe, that's whenever it was like he pushes me so hard as well, because I was never, even now I think I'm more inclined to like hold myself back and be like, oh, I don't think I can do that, but they're like, so get up, bitch, let's do it,
do some push-ups.
What's like the TikTok sound? Yeah, no, the TikTok sound was like, get up, cocksuckers.
Yeah, that's me
every day. Every day, and that's me. I'm like, okay.
I do almost call you every morning too, though.
We do. We wake up. That's like we
I'm like, what's up, bitch?
And we're like, we talk about what we're doing.
I'm on my way to work.
Yeah, because I'm in bed and I'm like,
psychotic.
I don't know what I'm gonna do today. Like, I hate working, but I'm doing it, and I'm doing so much better now than I used to. I think it just was never. I wanted to be a housewife forever, and then things took a turn, and that wasn't. I'm happy I'm doing what I'm doing now. But Kloe was like, set it up to where I met Joseph. She was like, you're going to do a shoot. I'm going to set this up for you. And she said, and don't fuck it up.
I emphasize that a lot.
I was nervous. You were like, don't fuck it up. And I was like, I'm
like, you fuck it up. We won't speak again for a year.
You were literally like, we're not. Like, this is so serious. And then whenever I met Joe, it wasn't even just like a work thing. I felt like our personalities just like clicked, and I literally loved you the moment I met you. I was intimidated like meeting you because it was like the Joseph, and I was like, oh my god, it's Joseph. Then whenever I met you, I'm like, I just fucking love this sweet baby so much, and I do. I just love him so much.
I think all our personalities clash well.
It does. It's like we're all very different.
Joe and I are a little more similar, but
we all like
also he's more psychotic than me on some levels,
which was crazy because like whenever I first knew, and I always just knew Chloe's level of crazy, so to meet Joseph. But the thing is like it works so well. Also Joseph isn't like, he works me very hard, but he's not mean to me, so it works really well. I'm like, I'll do anything for him.
Baby.
He's like, you want to do this? You want to do this? We're gonna do this. And I'm like, he works my ass hard.
He's like, I
but
will
like,
run you ragged, but I will take you to Turks and Caicos and get you the private beach.
Yeah. So it's like, baby, I'll take your pictures all fucking day. I'll do it all day, baby.
Yeah.
So that was one of those things that like life changed like immensely after meeting Joseph. It was like, oh, we're doing serious things, and also opened up like a whole different world. Like, and once Kloe got bigger into her tattoo career, it's like their clients see the photos I take of them. I take photos.
Like we
all recycle each other's clients. So it's like a lot of the people I'm taking photos of have their hair done by Joseph and tattoos done by Kloe. And then it's like anytime I'm talking to people, I'm constantly posting them and like hyping up their shit. So it's a very a symbiotic relationship of us just helping.